Hello, this is Dr. Ray Jen. Welcome to another video on the Common Core State Standards. We've already discussed the reading standards for informational text and for reading literature. Today, we're going to be looking at the state standards for writing. So when you go to corestandards.org, click on Read the Standards, click on the English Language Arts and Literacy Standards, and let's first take a look at the anchor standards. And we are going to choose anchor standards for writing. Let's take a look at this. Again, there are 10 standards for this strand, and they are subdivided into 4 strands. That is, text types and purposes, production and distribution of writing, research to build and present knowledge, and range of writing. These 4 strands are common to all grade levels, and just like the writing, all these standards, these anchor standards here, 1, 2, 3, etc., all the way to 10, are common to all grade levels from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. To see the specific grade level, you would need to click on there. But first, let's take a look at the strands. Text types and purposes. Basically, there are 3 major text types. That is, argumentative essay, the expository essay, or they call it informative explanatory text, and then there are the narrative text. So argumentative, expository, and narrative. And that's true all the way from kindergarten through 12th grade. The next strand is the production and distribution of writing. And at each level, they have different core standards for the different grade levels to basically what to do with the writing after they have written it. They publish it, they share it, they use technology to do so. Looking at the research to build and present knowledge, they are to write research projects or research papers. They are to draw on relevant information and decide what is relevant and what isn't, and how to do that. Each grade level will be responsible for seeing to those needs as well. And then range of writing is the last strand, and it's the 10th standard. Write routinely over extended time frames, time for research, reflection, and revision. So this is an overall overarching standard that they want to see us carry through kindergarten through 12th. So let's look at some specifics, shall we? When you go to the writing standards, notice that again, the different grade levels pop up. And let's just take a brief look again at the 4th grade. And here are the text types. Again, they are broken down into greater detail now, because here are the right opinion pieces, which are argumentative in nature. And then here there are sub standards. Here are the expository texts, and here are the substandards for writing expository text, and here are the narrative texts, and again standards for writing narrative text. If we scroll down, here are the notes for production and distribution of writing again, research capabilities or expectations at the 4th grade level. Let's scroll back up. Let's take a look at the 8th grade. Again, under text types and purposes, we still have the 3 main text types: argumentative, expository or informative explanatory. Again, each with its separate um, sub-strands or sub-standards. And then here are narratives. Again, these sub-standards are fitting each grade level. So they move up in complexity as the student matures and rises from the lower grades to the higher grades. And again, here is the other strands: production and distribution of writing, research to build present knowledge. Again, the research capabilities or expectations are increased as the age of the writer rises. And let's take a look at the high school level. At 11th and 12th grade, by the time your student becomes a senior, let's look at the text types and purposes. Again, the three do not change. Here are the argumentative essays, and they are expected to have meet these substandards that describe how to write an effective argumentative essay. Introduce precise knowledgeable claims. You need to take note of counterclaims. You need to use appropriate words, phrases, and clauses. You need to establish a formal writing style and an objective tone, and provide a concluding statement or section that follows the form. So the expectations are rising as one graduates from high school. And here are the expository texts or explanatory texts, informative texts. Here are the sub-standards for those. Again, they are rising in complexity. And here are the writing narratives, or that is, writing a story or a set of events. And here are some sub-standards or expectations on the students. And again, of course, there are the production and distribution of writing standards. There are the research standards, which are becoming, again, more and more complex. They are, by the time the student is a senior, we are at college level research capability. So that's the expectation. Then, of course, there's the range of writing. And again, all this is under the writing standard for the Common Core. That's it for this introduction. Thanks.